Hello students, today we are going to start with the properties of acids. As in the previous class we had studied that acids, they are having generally sour taste. They dissolve in water to give hydrogen ions and they turns blue litmus red. They are colorless with the phenolphthalein and they gives red color with the methyl orange. Now we will deal with their chemical properties. First let's see the reaction of acids with metals. Here I had drawn a diagram. First let's understand the diagram and then we will write the equations. Here I had drawn a stand and I had marked it as stand, and there is a clamp. With the help of this clamp, a conical flask has been fixed. Okay. Now in this conical flask a cork has been put where the two holes are there. In the first hole we had placed one thistle funnel. Thistle funnel, it is a special apparatus where it is widened at the top and it is having a long glass tube. Now in the second hole a delivery tube has been placed. Okay, and the upper end of the delivery tube, it is in the air, and the lower end of the delivery tube, it is in the air, and the lower end of the thistle funnel, it is dipped in the acid which we are adding through this we have to keep in mind. And here we had placed a beaker in which the delivery tube, it is bringing the gas, and this beaker, it is filled with a soap solution. Okay. Now what we are doing, in this conical flask we have taken zinc pieces, and with the help of this thistle funnel we are adding dilute H2SO4. Okay. Through this thistle funnel dilute H2SO4 is coming inside the conical flask. Now this end, it is dipped inside the dilute H2SO4. Now the reaction takes place between dilute H2SO4 and the zinc pieces. After this, one gas is formed. I had written hydrogen gas, but in the beginning I don't know which gas it is. Afterwards we will check it. So bubbles of a gas is formed and they are going to rise through this delivery tube, and from here they are taken in the soap solution. Now the gas, it is lighter than water, and through the soap bubbles, you can see these soap bubbles, it rises up. Okay, so here I had written soap bubbles filled with hydrogen gas. Now if you bring a burning candle over here, this gas burns with the pop sound. I had shown here the gas burns with the pop sound. So we can say the gas which is present over here, it is hydrogen gas. This is a test to detect the hydrogen gas. So we are saying that when zinc metal combines with H2SO4, we are taking dilute H2SO4, they combines to form salt ZnSO4 along with hydrogen gas. So students, I had written a general equation. Metals, whenever they combines with acids, they form salt and hydrogen gas. Now it is just like a mathematics. When you know the formula, you can write different values and you can get the answers. So here also we will take any metal, any acid, and accordingly you can write the equation. Suppose we are taking magnesium and HCl, hydrochloric acid. Same everywhere students, you can write the physical state. Here it is solid, here it is dilute. What salt will be formed? Magnesium and Cl part. They are going to form a salt, and students, keeping the valency in mind, write the correct formula of the salt, MgCl2 along with hydrogen gas. So here we will write 2HCl. If I take Fe metal along with H2SO4, what is the product form here? It is again dilute. What is the product form? FeSO4 along with hydrogen gas. Suppose I take copper. If I take copper metal along with H2SO4, what will happen students? No reaction. There will be no reaction. How we can explain this observation? See, we can see in all the reactions, zinc is displacing hydrogen. Zinc is more reactive than hydrogen, so a displacement reaction occurs and hydrogen comes out in the form of hydrogen gas and a salt is formed. But here in this reaction we see that copper, it is less reactive than hydrogen, so a displacement reaction cannot take place, so there will be no reaction. Okay, now students, if keeping the acid same, if you will take different metals, suppose here instead of HCl, if I take H2SO4 only, if I take H2SO4, the formula of the salt will be MgSO4. Okay, so if we are taking the same acid and different metals, they will react according to their reactivity. We know that from all these, the magnesium, it is the most reactive, so the reaction with the magnesium will be most vigorous. The bubbles of hydrogen will come out fast in magnesium as compared to zinc, as compared to iron, as compared to copper, where there is no reaction taking place. So here we can see that the reactivity of metals can also be detected by making them to react with the acid. So this was the first chemical reaction, first chemical property of metals. Whenever metals or acids whenever acids combines with metals, they form hydrogen gas along with the formation of salt. Now the second reaction of acids with metal carbonates or metal hydrogen carbonates. Students, metal hydrogen carbonates, they are also termed as bicarbonates. Okay, now let's first understand the setup and then we will focus on the reaction part. Here I had taken a stand. With the help of clamp, one test tube is attached to this one. Again, there is a cork having two holes. In the first hole, we had attached one thistle funnel, and in the second hole, we had placed one delivery tube. The first end of the delivery tube, it is there in this test tube, and second one, it is dipped in the lime water. What is the formula of lime water, students? Calcium hydroxide. Okay, so in this test tube, we had taken lime water, and through this thistle funnel, we are adding one acid, that is hydrochloric acid, and here you can see Na2CO3. Na2CO3 is sodium carbonate. So I had taken the acid hydrochloric acid, I had taken the metal carbonate Na2CO3. Now when acid is added to it, the reaction starts between the two, that is acid and the carbonate. Okay, now when the reaction starts, a gas starts forming up. This rises up and there is all the space is covered, only this is the exit place, so the gas rises in the delivery tube. Now through this delivery tube, it is taken into a solution, that is lime water. Now when you will see the lime water, it turns milky. You will find that some white precipitate has been formed. Let's write the reaction for this observation, what it is going on. First of all, I have written the generalized equation. Whenever acid combines with carbonates or bicarbonates, they always form salt, carbon dioxide and water. Okay, see students, here which acid we have taken? Hydrochloric acid. So I will write HCl. When it is treated with sodium carbonate, Na2CO3, what we are getting? Sodium carbonate we are taking in the form of solid. This HCl, it is dilute. When the two are reacted, they are forming salt. So for salt, how you will write? Cl part of the acid and this Na part, they will combine and they will form a salt NaCl. Students, don't write Na2Cl. Take the Na and Cl and keeping their valency in mind, write the correct formula of the salt. So it is NaCl along with carbon dioxide plus H2O. If you need balancing, you can do it afterwards. Na2 it is over here, so we can write 2 NaCl and 2H. Okay, so it is balanced. Now, instead of carbonates, if you are taking bicarbonate, formula of bicarbonate NaHCO3, again it is in the form of solid. It combines to form the same salt, carbon dioxide and water. We will take Na part here and Cl part here. So the formula of the salt will be NaCl along with CO2 and H2. Okay, so we can say whenever acid combines with any carbonates or bicarbonates, the product will always be salt, carbon dioxide and water. Now see students, here a gas formed, it is carbon dioxide. In the previous one, the gas form was hydrogen. So how we detected the hydrogen gas? By bringing a burning candle, the gas burns with a pop sound. And here, how to detect this carbon dioxide? We are passing this gas in the lime water. Okay, so let's write the two formulas. Carbon dioxide, okay, this is a gas when it is passed in lime water. CaOH whole twice, this is lime water. Now, this lime water when reacts with carbon dioxide, it forms calcium carbonate along with H2O. And students, this is white PPT. It gives milkiness to the solution. Okay, so the milkiness of the solution is due to the formation of white PPT. That means some insoluble substances formed in the water. Now, what happens if you pass this carbon dioxide for a longer time? This milkiness disappears. Why? Carbon dioxide passing in this CaCO3 plus H2O. Now, when it combines with this milkiness, it forms bicarbonate, CaHCO3 whole twice, and this is soluble in water. What is the name of this compound? Calcium bicarbonate. This calcium bicarbonate, it is soluble in water. So what we can say? Milkiness disappears. So here first the milkiness appears and here the excess of CO2 is passed, the milkiness disappears. Now we will discuss what happens when acids reacts with metal oxides. Here again we are going to do one experiment. Here we are taking two test tubes. In the first test tube we had taken copper oxide, that is cupric oxide. Its color it is black. And to this test tube we are adding dilute HCl from another test tube. As the reaction starts, we will find that there is a bluish green colored solution starts forming. Let's write the equation. What happens when acids combines with metal oxides? What is going to be formed? Salt and water. Okay, so let's write the equation. Acid we are taking HCl. Now it is combining with CuO, that is cupric oxide. It is solid in physical state and its color it is black. This is dilute. When it combines, it forms salt. Students, how you write the formula of the salt? Copper and Cl, Cu and Cl. What is the oxidation state of copper over here? It is 2. That is the charge, it is having +2 and this is having -1. So the formula will be CuCl2 and its color it is bluish green. And the formula it is copper chloride, or you can say cupric chloride along with H2O. Okay, so we can say the color changes to bluish green color due to the formation of copper chloride. See students, you can see over here acids, whenever they are combining with metal oxides, they are forming salt and water. As we are going to discuss the next reaction, the neutralization reaction. We can say whenever acids combines with base, they form salt and water. So we can say that these metal oxides, they are similar to base. So they are having basic nature. Okay, now we can take other acids or metal oxides also. Suppose we are taking calcium oxide and here we are going to take the same acid HCl. What is the product formed over here students? Calcium and Cl. They will combine to form CaCl2 along with H2O. Here you will write down their physical state also, students. If you take H2SO4 and you make it to react with MgO, magnesium oxide, Mg and SO4, they are going to form magnesium sulfate along with H2O. So the conclusion is that metal oxides, whenever they combine with acids, they form salt and water, and because of this we can say metal oxides, they are basic in nature. Okay, now let's come to the next reaction of acids, that is, you had already discussed, you already know, you had already studied in junior classes, that is the reaction with base. Acid, whenever combines with base, they form salt and water, and this reaction is also called as neutralization reaction. Let's see the experiment. See students, here we have taken two test tubes. In the first test tube, we have taken NaOH and phenolphthalein. Whenever phenolphthalein is added to NaOH, it gives a pink color. Okay, now in the another test tube, we had taken HCl, hydrochloric acid. So in the beginning, the color of the test tube, the solution which is present over here, it is pink in color. Now drop wise, keep on adding acid to this NaOH. When OH ions get neutralized by H ions, what happens? The pink color keeps on decreasing its intensity. Okay, and one stage will reach when all the OH ions will react with H ions given by the HCl. So we can say the neutralization has been taken place, and we can say the pink color after that. See what I am saying, HCl I have taken to NaOH. In the beginning we had added phenolphthalein, so the color it is pink. When this OH ions that is giving pink color with the phenolphthalein, when it gets completely neutralized by the H ions given by the acid, then we can say neutralization has taken place, and the product formed it is NaCl along with H2. Now after this neutralization point, if you will add a single drop of this H, what will happen? The color will become completely colorless, because here now there is excess of acid, and acids they are colorless in phenolphthalein. Okay, now in that colorless solution, if you will add one more drop of this NaOH, what will happen? Again it changes to pink, because now it has become basic, and in the basic medium phenolphthalein gives the pink color. So here we can say that acids combines with base to form salt and water. Okay, so these are the four chemical reactions of acids, how they react with metals, how they react with carbonates and bicarbonates, how they react with metal oxides, and how they react with base. Now we will see how the base reacts differently with these different reagents. We know that bases, they are bitter in taste, they are soapy in touch, they also dissolve in water to give hydroxide ions, and we have seen that they turns red litmus blue, they gives pink color with the phenolphthalein solution, and they gives yellow color with the methyl orange. Okay, so here we will now discuss their chemical reactions. See, bases are given only two chemical reactions, they react with metals and they react with non-metallic oxides. Now, whenever bases reacts with metals, first thing though, there are very few metals which reacts with strong alkalis, that is NaOH and KOH. What is alkali, students? The water soluble bases like NaOH and KOH, they are called as alkali. One word it is there, alkali. So what it is alkali? Water soluble bases. Okay. Water soluble bases NaOH, KOH we can take. So here only zinc and aluminium metal, they reacts with NaOH, and that too on warming. When you add zinc metal to the NaOH in a test tube, on warming only they react, and exactly the same way as the acids are reacting, they form salt and water. Here zinc combines with NaOH to form a salt whose formula it is Na2 ZnO2, and the name of this salt it is sodium zincate. along with the formation of hydrogen gas. Okay, now here aluminium when reacts with NaOH, it forms sodium aluminate, NaAlO2, and the name it is sodium aluminate, along with the formation of hydrogen gas. Okay, so only few reactions we are having for the bases. Next reaction with non-metallic oxides. Non-metallic oxides, when they combine with the bases, they form salt and water. So what we can conclude, that these non-metallic oxides, they are having acidic nature. As we had seen previously that acids combine with metallic oxides to form salt and water. So metallic oxides were basic in nature. Here non-metallic oxides, they are acidic in nature. We are taking a base NaOH. When it is reacting with carbon dioxide gas, we can see that NaOH when combines with carbon dioxide, it forms salt and water. So what you will write? Na2CO3 along with the formation of water. Calcium hydroxide plus CO2, it forms CaCO3 along with water. Remember this reaction, students? This is a test to detect the presence of carbon dioxide. This is the lime water, and calcium carbonate, it is white insoluble substance. Sulfur dioxide, it is again a non-metallic oxide gas. When it is passed in calcium hydroxide, it forms calcium sulfite along with the formation of water. So in this way we had seen that these non-metallic oxides, when they combine with bases, they form salt along with the formation of water. So these non-metallic oxides, they are acidic in nature. So here we have completed with the properties of the acids and bases. Keep on practicing, students.